Ladies and gentlemen, we are gathered here today for the reading of the late Mrs. Lancaster's will, who was a woman of remarkable character and
blah 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 snooze fest. Get to the good part, man.
Upon careful examination of the will, it is clear that Mrs. Lancaster has left her entire fortune worth $10 million to one individual, Miss Sadie.
There was a stunned silence, then Sadie burst into tears. Oh my god, I'm shocked. What have I done to deserve this? Other than being her only friend for the last 2 years, still, you can't put a price on love. Not even $10 million. But I'm so touched. Suddenly, Mrs. Lancaster's relatives ran towards the lawyer, yelling at him, tearing his shirt, and throwing his files across the room, while Sadie turned to me and grinned. Hi, I'm Chloe, and before I explain what happened here, please like and subscribe. My older sister and I were 2 years apart, and nothing alike. Sadie was beautiful with her blonde hair and blue eyes, while I had dark, messy hair, and my eyes were the color of poop. I was shy and introverted, but Sadie craved attention, and she knew how to get it. Like once when we were attending a friend's birthday party, Sadie started to cry right before the cake cutting. What's wrong, sweetie?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just that I haven't had a birthday party since my mom fell sick, and there's no cure.
What's wrong with Ow! Oh, you poor darling. Why don't you cut this cake? Go on, make a wish. Or the time she knew she was about to lose the art competition to a more talented kid, so she threw herself on the ground and started having a pretend seizure, from which she recovered fully after a minute.
Oh, this happens when I haven't slept or eaten for days. I've just been working so hard on this art piece.
And the judges gave her the award instead. Growing up, it felt like the spotlight always followed my popular sister while I lived in the shadows, which I really didn't mind. I loved taking pictures and was the happiest behind my camera lens with Sadie as my favorite muse. And even though Sadie loved herself the most, I was a close second.
What do you mean my sister's project isn't good enough? This isn't Harvard, it's just your dumb class.
You don't have space on your party guest list for Chloe? Well, you could get a life and uninvite your mom. Sadie's friend had invited a great band to her party, and I had a blast. Thanks for bringing me, sis. This party is the coolest.
This party's a dump, and so is this town. I'll take you to A-list parties when I'm a Hollywood star, Chloe, which is inevitable. I mean, look at this face. It's a moneymaker.
My parents owned a small grocery store, and while we weren't rich, we were comfortable. They promised to send Sadie to an acting academy in LA after high school. To make some extra money, Sadie started working as a companion to Mrs. Lancaster, a rich old lady in our town. Sadie would often sneak me into her mansion, and I'd spend hours in her library. Life was good, but soon after I turned 16, we woke up to the horrible news one morning that an electrical fire had burned our grocery store to the ground.
Mother and I will have to start looking for jobs.
Sadie, we are so sorry, but we can't send you to LA. Surprisingly, Sadie took the news really well. She kept working at Mrs. Lancaster's place for the next few months, till one day she came home with the news that the old lady had passed. Which brings us to the day after, where the lawyer announced that Mrs. Lancaster had left everything to Sadie, and her family started a riot. But she was perfectly calm as we walked out of there. I'll finalize the paperwork with the lawyer later. Hold on, Sadie. You already knew Mrs. Lancaster was leaving you everything, didn't you?
It wasn't a hard guess. She didn't love her family very much.
I don't think she loved you that much either. I know you did something. Fine. I just encouraged her to make a new will some time ago. But she decided everything herself. She was like 90 and half crazy, Sadie. The last time I saw her, she accused me of stealing apples from her mother's farm. Can you focus on what's important here? I'm a freaking millionaire now, Chloe. We can't take this money. It's not ours. You're right. It's mine. Just think of how much easier I can make things for Mom and Dad. Don't go telling them your stupid theories and let me help them. After that day, our lives just flipped upside down. We moved into Mrs. Lancaster's mansion. My parents started rebuilding their store, and Sadie hired herself an expensive acting coach. Suddenly, we were eating off silver platters and had maids and butlers. And Sadie was ordering dresses from Paris, shoes from Milan, and perfumes from London. I could send you to an amazing private school, Chloe. No thanks. Could you at least let me upgrade your wardrobe? Not interested. Okay, look, a brand new camera. You should start your photography channel. I'll pay you followers to give you a head start. Can you just stop? Sadie, you made an old lady sign over her fortune to you and robbed her family. How do you even sleep at night?
Extremely well on my feather bed and Egyptian cotton sheets. And sometimes, if I can't sleep, I count sheep. But instead of wool, my sheep have dollar bills on them. And instead of jumping on grass, they're jumping on more dollar bills. That helps me sleep like a baby.
But I just couldn't accept what Sadie had done, and this created a rift between us. Things really came to a head when Sadie hosted a party one evening where she was showing off a Taylor Swift shoe she'd bought at an auction for $75,000. You need to return that.
Sweetie, you sound hysterical. Don't you take your medication and lie down?
No, you need to sell it and return the money to its rightful owners. In fact, we need to return everything.